You know, I was in this, you know, going back, I was in this brand new house, you know, and there was a recliner, man, I was sitting in. I had no job. And I'm sitting there, I would get up, man, dude, I would roll out the bed in the morning, not when I wanted to live, man, because of the weight of everything. But this is when the Lord just started really pouring into me, man. I started, man, reading and studying the Word even more, so, and that's what brought me out. But I remember this instance, sitting in recliner, and I had a beautiful backyard. I just look out this bay window, just look outside. My daughter didn't say a word. My daughter came in. She just looked, you know, I'm like this. She sits on my lap, and then she lifts my chin up. Didn't say a word. Didn't say a word. Hugs me, and then walks out.
And spoke.
And then spoke volumes to me. I was like, this, man. And I know she left. Of course, I just felt burst out in tears. But she would just do that often. You know, wouldn't say a word, man. She would just come in, and it's just like, just then lift your head up. It's gonna be okay.
I want a child like that.
Man.
Relax.
You know what I'm saying? Can't you're a fool for them.
Jay Cameron.
It got hard, man. As righteous as possible good. It's just like Kevin shared earlier. There were some prospects. There were several prospects. I'm like, I don't have anything in me to give to any of these prospects because I'm giving it all, you know, to my children. And Lord, I'm giving it to you. I had nothing to give, and I knew that any relationship that I formed in that time would be just, you know, just for that need to be met.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna get into that. That's of course sinful. So man, you talking about just
Juggling a lot.
Yeah, going through, man.
So the biggest thing is actually this is what we all have to do as men. You have to have the ability to check your emotions, to control your emotions.
Dude, you just, man, see, I like him. I like him. Because this is one of the things, that's one of the key things that I always share with my children. You know, you have more strength if you can bridle your emotions.
Yes.
If you just let your emotions run wild, that's your weakness. If you can bridle your emotions, I have students come to me, they come to my class. Mr. Johnson, this girl just did this, and I just wanted, you know, you're educated as well. I just want, and then I have them to calm down, and I'll say, listen, I said, you show more strength if you can bridle yourself, rather than just allowing your emotions to come and get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna fight somebody. You want to do, you know, and that was good. And that's one of the key things that I share with children, and I share with my students currently.
Wait, so in this time, you got 4 kids, you're alone, you got a job,
Yes.
and you sustaining. Yeah. So did any other things
wait,
come up?
Wait. Let's go back. Let's go back to the Carolinas.
Okay.
Carolinas. I didn't have a job. I worked for a company called Roush Industries as a senior designer, man. Loved it. Best job. And that's why, you know, I was able to travel around the world, travel abroad, and do, you know, things in graphic design. Now.
Wait, when you say Roush, that's like
Roush, not Roush Racing.
Oh, okay.
This was Roush. This was a holiday decor company.
Okay.
So I designed tree skirts, stockings. I did showrooms in Hong Kong and in China.
What?
Yes. Yeah. All over, man.
You didn't do no shows in Africa, did you?
No, I didn't do any in Africa. No, I didn't go to Africa.
I'm just saying, I'd have went over there for a minute.
Oh Lord.
Didn't go to Africa. But oh yeah, okay. So that job they stopped all domestic manufacturing and went and started working overseas. So all of us lost our jobs.
In the midst of.
In the midst of that, I'll get there. Okay.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
gentlemen, I had just built a brand new house from the ground up.
You ballin'.
Brand new house.
Yeah.
The smell of newness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Purchased my then wife, brand new car.
Okay.
You know, things were well. The job left. My wife left. So I was in this home that was going into foreclosure. Man, this I just gotta really share this. Going into foreclosure, hurt, broken, just done. Done, man. I mean, just done. Because of what I knew. Found out some things and just do some things. Done, man. Done. White collar. Furniture repossessed. And I was sharing with Kevin at one point, you know, that new car that I bought,
Yeah.
sitting on the front porch with my younger daughter. At the time, she was 3 or 4. Man comes up to repossess the car. Daddy, they're taking the car, baby. It's okay. It's okay. Went to my dad's, got a big Lincoln Town Car, man. So I rode in the Town Car for a while. But all of that occurred within, I'm going to say, a 6-month period of time. Lost everything, man. Lost everything. And
Did you read Job? But go ahead.
yeah. Did I read Job? Did I read Job? You know what?
Oh.
And
I say the same thing.
yeah, there were a number of people they would call me the modern day Job. And did I read Job? Several times.
Yeah.
Several times. Several
Miss
times.
some.
Several times.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So no, I didn't have a job. Didn't have a job, and that's literally what brought me to Georgia. I interviewed. I mean, I was sitting out applications everywhere. I got a interview in Sparta, Georgia. Worked for this company called Saint-Gobain. They designed perfume bottles for Victoria's Secret, Usher, all those guys, and I became the design director there. You know, that lasted for about 6 months. That's when I first came to Georgia. And then that's what brought me to Rockdale County, and that's a whole nother story right there. So I didn't mean to kind of go into all that, but you know, it's got to be clarity in that. But there's a lot in between that too, man. I'm telling you,
man.
There's so much in.
That's a lot of losing in that time of period.
Yeah.
Having 4 kids and
Yes.
trying to keep your sanity and not give up.
Right.
So let me ask you this: what was the lowest point in this whole ordeal?
It can't be no lower than that.
Nah.
You know what? Yeah, because there were so many lows, man. Kev, I can.
He called my name.
I'm about to say he went government. Go ahead.
Kev,
Go ahead, man.
because you know what happens is I start
Yeah.
thinking.
You like him?
Man, there were times, man, I would lowest point. Okay, here's one of the lowest points, and this is why I'd say that my children saved me, man. You know, I was in this, you know, going back, I was in this brand new house, you know, and there was a recliner, man. I would sit in. I had no job, and I'm sitting there. I would get up, man. Dude, I would roll out the bed in the morning, not when I wanted to live, man, because of the weight of everything. But this is when the Lord just started really pouring into me, man. I started, man, reading and studying the Word even more. So, and that's what brought me out. But I remember this instance, I was sitting in a recliner house, and I had a beautiful backyard. I just look out this bay window, just look outside. My daughter didn't say a word. My older came in. She just looked, you know, I'm like this. She sits on my lap, and then she lifts my chin up. Didn't say a word. Didn't say a word. Hugs me, and then walks out.
That spoke.
Man.
And then spoke volumes to me. I was like, this, man. And I know she left. Of course, I just felt burst out in tears. But she would just do that often. You know, wouldn't say a word, man. She would just come in, and it's just like, just Dad, lift your head up. It's gonna be okay.
I want a child like that.
Man.
Relax.
You got me. I want to cry today. Man, come on, man.
Dude, you guys don't even know, man. And you know, but it just took a lot, gentlemen, to navigate through that. But you know, like I always just say, God is good, and patience, just trusting Him, knowing that you know it's going to be okay. All things work together for good.
Yes.
Then we'll love God. Those who are called according to His purpose. Man.
Yes.
So you can see why I kind of hinged on that scripture, knowing through that we go through our tests, we go through our child. What a big trial and challenge
Oh,
this
yeah,
was.
man, as a man.
You know, and I chose, you know, a friend of mine in those days says, David, you really chose the road that's less traveled.
Ooh.
You know, I had to call his name, Robert Grindstaff. Great friend of mine. He's also a graphic designer, best friend. He says, David, you really chose a road that's less traveled by men. And again, it wasn't by my design. You know, I know that God had a greater, bigger outcome for me and for my children. Guys, man, my two boys have been in trouble. Could have been looking at life. Do you know that both of them are good?
You say grace, I say favor. But
Favor?
Grace and favor.
Yes.
And I remember, this spans into a whole lot. I remember my youngest son got in trouble. Daddy would come to the rescue. The last time, this is what I told him. I said, son, God has a grace over my life. I said, because I know Him like that. I said, this will be the last time that my favor will be able to save you.
Ooh.
I said, you have to know Him for yourself. Know Him for yourself.
Yes.
And I mean, and literally, Lord just literally just shared that with me. You know, it's on you, son. You are of age. You know the Lord. I read you right.
See.
So it's now time for you to galvanize yourself, pull yourself together, get it right, and He's good.
Write it down, cause I'm gonna call my son and tell him the same thing.
And he's good. He's good. I'm
So-
sorry, KB.
Oh, no, that's good, man. That God is good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, me over here, man, trying to get me to cry, man. Well, chill out.
Man, I'm
All right.
just saying, man.
So, did you have to forgive your wife? Did you ever have any hatred towards her?
I've never hated her. I never hated her. And this is how I deal with a lot of situations. When people say, you hate him? No. I'm disappointed, I'm hurt, I'm broken. But hate is for some reason it's not a part of my vocabulary when it comes to stuff like that. Because I understand. I dig and try to gather understanding why people do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a reason why people do what they do. Either they weren't reared correctly, either they don't know the Lord, or there's a reason for it. And hate, I never hated. I was highly disappointed, broken, all those words.
Yeah.
all of that, but never hated him. Okay, just like God. You know what? He doesn't. He hates sin, but He loves us.
True.
You know, and He cares for us. Hates sin, but you know, we are His, and He loves us. So you know, I tried to pattern everything that I did, seeking God after what hearing from Him, man. And I tell people, Lord, that is the only way that I survived going through this ordeal. That was the only way, man.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hate, right?
Didn't hate, man.
But it had to be like, ooh, I can't stand it right now.
The act of what she was doing, I couldn't stand it. Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah, there were times I was angry.
Yeah.
I was angry. How in the world?
It's okay to be angry.
That's okay.
How in the world? But it never resolved to not hate. Very angry at what was unfolding, what was being done, man. And I remember I used to pray. I said, Lord, I pray that no man ever goes through this kind of situation. It was, you know, it for me, it was that bad, man. It was that bad.
Modern day joke.
It was that bad.
Yeah, you joke.
You got you got a question, man?
I
This is serious, man.
question out here.
Hey, I got
Just
a
run
few
on.
more. Like, what about your kids? Did you ever have to talk to them and keep them from hating their mom?
Yeah.
You know, they're younger. Their kids, they're different.
Yeah. Because, you know, they were younger. But when they came into the knowledge of a lot of things, and it was, my oldest son especially, because he you know, he saw, like I said, he saw a lot, heard a lot, and that boy, man, he loves richly like me.
Mm-hmm.
But both of my boys do. He's a girl too. Both of my boys, they love hard, and for him, man, it took a while for him because he came to that point of almost hate. He's very verbal, very vocal, and literally shared face to face with his mother where he was.
Oh, you had to witness that?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Witnessed it. Witnessed, you know, and I was like, he's speaking his truth. He's speaking that everything that was inside of him, he's allowing it to come out. But you know what? They have a great relationship now. You know what I'm saying? That was you know, years ago. But you know, as time went on, you know, of course, sharing with him growing up, maturing. So they have a great relationship. But he had to, man. Come on, you're a child.
Yeah.
And you're hearing this, you're seeing this, you're dealing with that, you know, and man, I tell you what, man, my children, man, are jewels. You know, there was no complaints about a lot of things that they didn't have, because you know they suffered not getting a lot of things. You know, one of the things that I did do, and this is the grace of God as well. Even when I moved to, well, I always have to kind of think and go back. And you guys don't mind if I give people shout outs.
Oh man, go ahead.
There was an individual.
They'll pay on the next one. Go ahead.
There was an individual. Cheryl Littlejohn is her name. Phenomenal.
Little John was the last name?
Cheryl Littlejohn.
Cheryl Littlejohn.
Yeah, she was she played for Tennessee State. When they got one of their first championships, I think it was. She's phenomenal, man. But she actually lived 5 doors up from, you know, the house that I had built. I worked with her in graphic design. We worked together, made a lot of wonderful connections with her, and those connections helped me financially, majorly. But prior to that, she came to my house. This is when I was going through, sitting in my chair. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know how she found out. I think my son, I went up there and told her, Daddy, you know, I don't know. She came to my house. It's almost like she bust through the door, and like this was just ray of light. You know, I'm kind of extra. This ray of light just was behind her, like she's this angelic being. But she came to my room. Get up. She said, we're not having this. And I'll go back to the company that I work for, Roush. They blessed me. All the stuff that was in my office, they gave me all of my printing equipment. They gave me my computer, all my computer packages. They were shut down. They were shut down. So they gave me all that. It was stored in my garage. She says, what you gonna do today is get all this stuff together, set up these printers, set up these computers, and you're gonna get to work.
Get the word.
She had my children all get up, clean their rooms, because I gave up on that, man. I was like, you know,
Yeah.
clean their rooms, make their beds. She cooked dinner. This was like the turning point of my life, man. From that day, man, my first contract, I made $20,000.
Wow.
20,000.
Out the hole.
20,000. She says, contact these people that you've been working with Roush. Do this.
Back door, yeah.
Man, I sat there, and it was a t-shirt design. I made $20,000 over a t-shirt design. It took me 10 minutes to do.
Wow.
And how long was you sitting in that chair?
For a while, man.
Wow.
But it took Cheryl to come in there and just like, man.
Jumpstart you,
and
man.
to this day, I call her my lifesaver. Man.
It sounds like she came in and brought structure.
She did,
Jumpstart.
man. Because, you know, me being a structured person, I abandoned all that, man. I was wounded and broken.
Yeah.
I'm, you know, But I remember that day, man.
Ooh.
She came in.
She played.
Man, I went in there and got my garage squared away, man. And things just started just shifting and changing, man. And it was, yeah.
She served a purpose.
She served a major, but she still
Yeah.
does today, man.
Yes.
That's
You know, I
huge.
call her, you know, every now and then we talk, man. She's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So that was
Shout out to Cheryl Littlejohn.
Yes.
Shout out.
Shout out, Cheryl.
She ain't related to Lil Jon, is she?
Lil Jon, I don't know.
You ain't never lied, and we think about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So, what were some other people that help with, you know, your transition and raising these kids?
Cause you can't just.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it must be- okay. She was one.
There's a
What,
couple angels that stepped
Yeah.
Now, prior to my current wife, who was just phenomenal,
Mhm.
but prior to even meeting her, there was, you know, my daughter, when we moved to Georgia, you know, my children had friends.
Yes.
Right? And then I kind of like, you know, allow them to go spend the night, you know, purposely allowing them to experience that kind of household with a mother.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I met some of my younger daughter, man. She was cheerleader, all this kind of stuff. She would
Mhm.
spend the night with her friends, and I purposely wanted her to experience that. You know, she can't even, my youngest, she can't even remember a time living with her mother,
Wow.
because you know she was 3.
Yeah.
She said, Dad, she told me this a few months ago. Dad, I don't ever remember living with Mom. Now, they, like I said, they all love her. Didn't discourage that.
You bet you was Mr. PTA dad.
Huh?
Bet you was Mr. PTA dad.
It's funny that you say that. Because they deemed me a dad of the year or something at Conyers Middle School.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I was there.
Yeah,
I was there, man.
Yeah.
And I was there even when they had, you know, bring your daddy to school day and, you know, show us his occupation. You know,
Yeah.
brought my graphic design stuff. I was going from 3rd grade to all
All
the
the-
classes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, man, it's funny that you said it, man.
Yeah.
That was God.
I can see.
Yeah. Wow. So you had a couple of people that was,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, you know, how's the current?
Yeah, and my wife April, man, when she came in, it was
That's your blessing.
it was a blessing, man.
Yeah.
And what is it that I always share with her? It was what did it say, a breath of fresh air
Mhm.
that came to my life, and man, it was so delightful. And you know, her daughters, my daughters current now, 4 and 6. And see, I think Tay was at the time, she was in 2nd grade, yeah. And so, man, and she just took her under her wing and just helped me rear her. The other ones, they were kind of like, you know,
A little
Yeah.
older.
you know,
Yeah.
they over this friend's house, this over that. Man, there was a time that I actually had to split my family up, man, because I had to move because I couldn't afford rent. And so I was living in one place. My son was living here. I kept my baby daughter with me, but my sons were living with their friends, and my older daughter was living with her best friend for a while. And I was working on, you know, pulling things together to get a residence for us all.
Yeah.
And people don't even know that. Man, I haven't shared none of this. People don't even know that, man.
You here on this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to be on Lifetime. This is a movie.
That's a movie. I told him that.
He said lifetime.
I told
Yeah,
him.
this is a Lifetime. So
And
this
it's
is a
more,
movie.
it's a lot in between. It's so much.
There is.
Woo! It's so much. And
Gentlemen.
you done share stuff like, you know, the lowest, I asked about that lowest point. And you shared one with me, man. I was just like,
Which one? That's
with the little girl when she came.
the come on.
Yeah, man.
Guys, this may seem a little grotesque.
Oh boy.
I was like, low.
But honestly, like, you know, when I lost my job, you know, my lights were cut off, water cut off for a while, and I try to be a moral person. You know, I ain't just gonna go outside and just turn the water back on. So
Shoot.
but hold on. I'm told, but I crossed the line and something pulled me to that because.
Ain't no lock on it. Let go.
Okay. I hope you guys are ready for this because this
Oh,
seems kind of,
man.
you know, don't judge me. But my water was off, and so and of course I had kids, man. They were, so they had to use the toilet. So we would line the toilets with trash bags, and they would defecate in that.
Whoa.
Right. This wasn't for so long, but it was for a moment, because and I was like, and then and this was my oldest daughter, man. She came out and like it was just nothing. Love you, Daddy. And just, they would take it and just take it out and put it in the trash.
That was ingenious.
Yeah. And they would put it in the trash.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, this ain't working. I got me some wire cutter.
There you go.
I said, it got to, I was like, no. I said, this is not gonna be. So, and I said, my kids are not. This is the Lord. But to see her come out smiling, Kevin, and just smiling, let me, Daddy, and just just daintily dancing and just drop it in the trash can, and I was like, no.
I got a story.
No.
I got a story. I don't mean to interrupt. One of my low moments, where just me and my sons, the mom was in St. Croix, and I'm over here, and I have my two boys, right? And my lights got cut off on a Friday. When your lights cut off on Friday, you ain't coming on till Monday.
That's true.
So, and I had to cook, and in Florida it's gas. It's electric. So, your power off, you're done. So, I took 2 bricks and put outside on the back patio. I took the rack out the oven and set on the bricks, and went back to my Boy Scout days and built a fire. Okay, then you take your pots and you take soap, hand soap, lather up and rub your pots, bottom of your pots.
Okay.
So when you put them on open flame, when the carbon, it sticks to the soap. So when you're done, you can just wash the pot. It wipes right off, won't burn your pots. Old school trick.
Wow.
I made the best spaghetti and northern beans. Even right now, if I call my sons up right now and ask them the best meal they had, they'll tell you about the meal we had in the backyard on the patio. We had no power all weekend.
Wow.
But I took the oven rack out, set it on 2 bricks, and built a fire with it. This is how we eat all weekend.
Wow.
I ain't,
ingenious.
I've been knowing them for
those creative minds here, man. What?
20-something years. I ain't never heard that.
Well,
I ain't never heard that.
You never heard that?
not
Never.
Oh man, I done had
You ain't never told me that story.
5 cars repossessed, no lights, no water.
See,
Yeah, people always see you
Lifetime
now.
story, man.
Yeah.
You got a story. Man, everybody has a story.
There's a story,
man.
yes.
There's a story.
Wow.
And like I said, I always said that I was really, and you've shared with me, KB, a lot of times, David, you really need to share this. It could bless somebody. And I've kind of knew that, but it was all, me not wanting to share because, until my children got older, because I didn't want them to,
Oh, you did it today?
yeah.
You give me an adventure.
I know.
I'm in trucking.
But dude, let's keep it, man. 'Cause,
Oh, okay.
I'm a product developer, man. That's what I
Well,
do. So we develop this thing.
that bag
Yeah.
in the trucking industry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that will work.
Okay.
Work.
We're going to talk about that behind the scenes.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
We'll develop that.
Yeah.
We'll develop.
I just got one last question, man.
That's all, man. I'm
No,
excited,
we got a
man.
couple more. We got
Well,
more.
yeah, go ahead, man.
No, I'm
Hey,
scared, man. Go.
Go ahead, Ken.
I'm scared.
Well, my question.
Yeah, you got anything?
No.
I got it. Yeah, go ahead, man. I know you do.
So you're married now, right?
Yes.
Okay. How'd you meet her?
Ooh, I met her at Arizona's. I was working as a custodian for Rockdale County. Preferred to. I didn't have to because of graphic design. I had my own business too. Wasn't doing too well, and I had to work graphic design elsewhere. But here again, I just trusted this was the direction of the Lord. I secured a job at Salem High School as a custodian. The hours were great. I could take my kids to school. I could pick them up from school. I could go back to work, and the principal was phenomenal because I worked hard and I did my job. So she understood. She says, Johnson, you have children. She says, because I had an offer for another job. She says, stay here. And she says, because you do your work and you need to be available for your children. So I was able to go do this with my kids, I was able to go to chorus concerts. I was able to go to basketball games. So it was a blessing.
It benefit,
I
yeah.
didn't get paid much, but I was because Kevin, you know everything, because I was doing graphic.
Mm-hmm.
I was working as a custodian. I was stripping and waxing floors because I had my own equipment. My father owned a custodial business, so I went to North Carolina, got all this stuff. I was doing all that to keep things afloat, man. I was working, and kept things going, man. And
Humble man.
and man, but from me hearing God, staying with Rockdale County,
Mm-hmm.
today I am the graphic design instructor for Rockdale Career Academy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a story right there.
But wait. How did you meet your wife? That was the question.
Okay, I'm sorry, I went all there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would leave.
I ain't gonna let you off the hook.
Sometimes in the evenings after I get through working at I was head custodian, so I would close up the school, and I had a little change of clothes, and I would go to Arizona's.
What is that?
Arizona's.
Oh, it's they play live music, great food,
Oh, we need
outdoor.
We need sponsorship. Or what?
I don't know if they still.
I don't
do
think
that.
they're open anymore.
I don't think they
Years
do.
ago,
You talking about
Man,
it.
but yeah,
It's
I
nice
went
though.
and I befriended like the guy because I'm in music, man. He got a mixing board. I talked to him, and I saw this beautiful, gorgeous.
Oh.
You got to start it right. I saw her just walking. After the musicians and stuff had finished, she was walking across the stage. She was celebrating. She was actually celebrating her divorce.
Whoa.
Yeah, celebrating her divorce.
Uh-oh.
And so, I'm checking her, and so I go and I'm sitting on this stool, and then she looks at me, and then she comes, "Can I take a picture with you?" I'm like, "Sure." She takes a snapshot, and that's how we met. And then afterwards, I asked the guy, I said, "Who is that?" He said, I asked the guy who was doing the mixing, I said, "Who is she?" He said, "That's my baby's mama's sister." Yeah, so
I know who you're talking about.
He knows the story. And then afterwards, I was called to her by this other young lady. "Come over here, she wants to meet you." So we started talking, and that's how our first meeting happened. And the rest is history, man. So
See, look. When you talking about her,
yeah.
you start smiling.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah, you just
That's
don't know about that, boy. That's a whole nother.
Yeah, if you want to know the
segment.
whole story, just talk to Kevin. He knows.
No.
No,
Kevin, you gotta get your book.
Yeah, his book
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
soon. What's the name? His book coming soon. Everybody, come on, we got a book coming. But Mr. Johnson do have a book coming. I got one more question
Okay.
before we end.
Okay.
But he do have a book coming soon. What's the name of your book?
Torrent Rain.
One more time.
Torrent Rain.
Coming soon.
That's rough.
You can explain a little bit before I ask you this last question. What that mean? Torrent rain.
Torrent Rain. Torrent is literally a downpour. It's a downpouring. And it pretty much, I guess in essence, resembles life. Because after a torrential downpour, there's literally an aftermath of growth. So, life was torrent. Life was rough. Life was tearing at I guess I would have to say me and my children, family, and then the aftermath is growth.
I like that.
After the storm is gone,
Yeah.
and then there's growth afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's where that kind of came from. And I'm a graphic designer, so I had this vision of the cover.
Saying the little storm is over now.
Oh yeah, we gonna after this question, I want you to say after I ask you this question. Oh yeah, he can sing now. After I ask you this, it's
coming. Back up singers.
Yeah, we gonna be back here.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's not right.
So this last question, and after that, man, you can sing a little song or whatever you want to do with it. But I want you to look in that camera, man. And what would you say to a single parent that wants to give up, man?
Male or female?
Male or
Wow.
female?
Oh wow.
You look in that camera and talk
You
to
look. I had to gather myself
them.
for this one,
Ooh,
because I would say, hang in there, and endure. Life is full of bumps, it's full of treacherous situations, but hang in there. And one of the things that I really, other than that particular scripture that I share with you guys, is operating. I love the fruits of the Spirit. Operating in those elements of the fruits of the Spirit: love, long suffering, having patience. Those elements, man. Just really trusting God and knowing that He will absolutely bring you through any situation, any circumstance that you're dealing with. But again, there's contingency. Loving Him, obeying Him, walking as righteously as you possibly can. I always say that because we fail, we stumble, we want to give up. There were times that I wanted to give up. I'm telling you to the point, people say throw in the towel. My towel was in the air, about to hit the ground. And then I snatch it. Because I'm understanding that there's purpose. There's absolutely purpose. And I'm a living testimony that there is purpose. Through all of this, I have to say, hell, drama, tragedy. There were times that there was a haunting, literally, for me. Couldn't sleep. Just hard. But through all of that, like I just said, the storm passes. And on the other side of that, God has a wonderful outcome for you. Hear me clearly. I can testify to this because I've been through it. It's best to hear from someone who knows and who has come through that. They can give you the resources. They can share with you what they did, how they did, to make it through that. And you can make it through. You can. Trust me, I have. And I'll tell you what, God is good. And I'm reaping the benefits of staying with Him, staying the course. That's good.
Give me a little verse or something, a little song or something before you leave. Bless our people.
Give me a song, guys. Give me something.
Or something, just a little snippet.
I'm lost without you. You're easy to see. I'm trying to think of the words.
I told you make up your own. You kind of can do that.
Day by day, no more reaction. You are my center attraction. Every beat, my heartbeat is your song. Hurt and harm, you're my protection. The path I take is your direction. No, without you, I can't go wrong. See, I missed the words up. See, I missed those words.
That's cool, man. That's good.
I missed those words.
David Johnson, y'all. Coming to a church near you.
Next, after that, I go tell you come with some Marvin Sapp. I know you got that in there.
Man, I had the privilege of singing with Marvin Sapp.
What?
The backup singer?
Yeah, I've singing with Marvin Sapp, my group. Fred Hammond, Mary, Daryl Coley, John P. Key, man.
Oh, look. And you asking us for some songs?
Man, my group, man, it was a blessing, man. That was a part of our lives, man. It was just,
Okay.
Well, we want to thank you for coming on. I know it was a blessing. Once again, like, subscribe, follow. This is the kind of stories we're going to have on this podcast.
Yes.
Kind of tear-eyed today. I didn't think I was going to have to,
Man up.
Man, yeah. It was kind of very interesting that. But the kind of thing we want to help people on here that have survived, spent the night, and got the T-shirt of these issues. And it's everyday life, man. And people are giving up, but we are people that don't give up. We're going to continue to find people to help you continue on. So, like always, who are we, man?
Singleton.
And I'm Brown.
And we what?
We was live.
Now we out.
Peace.
You know what I'm saying? Can't you're a fool for them.
J. Cameron.